Jokic with Denver, had perhaps won his second MVP. Now, I know statistically his season is crazy, but if you're telling me that, and I know he didn't have Murray for majority of the season, and I know he didn't have Michael Porter Jr. for a large chunk of the season, but Joel Embiid didn't have Ben Simmons and had to put up with talking about Ben Simmons, right? I mean, he carried that team until what? He had 20-something games with James Harden, and he still carried that three-point dog. That's a center. And we're not talking about like Jack Sigma. We're not talking about a guy that's like known like, oh, like Dirk. And I know Dirk wasn't a center, but you get what I mean. Like, oh, that's his trait. That's what he does. We're talking about a guy that, yes, he shoots, but goes down there, bangs bodies, crosses fools over. That was a center hitting a turnaround three to end OT. All right. You know how crazy that is? If you're telling me, I'm telling you, listen, NBA, I know you couldn't fix it. If that man isn't the MVP, y'all doing something wrong. The two gentlemen that have won MVP prior to this, as far as Joker and Giannis, listen, phenomenal seasons, but they didn't do anything to a degree where it was like, oh, their team won and was off the chain, or statistically. And I know Joker's year looks better than last year if you look at analytics, so on and so forth. But forget that. I'm talking about in the rougher conference, which is the Eastern Conference as of right now. Joel Embiid, basically by himself, kept the Sixers in it when majority of us thought their season was done at the beginning of the year because they only had one star instead of two, quote unquote, depending on how you feel about me using star referencing Ben Simmons. You know, so that is my off top. If that man is an MVP, I'm going to be upset.